The Baker is on the move again. Welcome in the beginning of another edition of the Ben Maller Show. We are in the air everywhere, making a connection. Unless we don't, as we feel like mushrooms, coast to coast, border to border, and beyond on the vast and universally powerful microphones of FSR emanating live from the belly of the audio beast. We are broadcasting live from the TireRack.com studios. TireRack.com will help you get there in unmatched selection, fast free shipping, free road hazard protection, and over 10,000 recommended installers. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. And we are back at it again, heading into an interesting night here. You'll be the judge of that. You'll be the judge of that. But our lead this hour coming from the high-speed transaction wire. As someone I used to work for back in the day would say, less than 24 hours after being fired by the Carolina Panthers, Baker Mayfield yet again leading the show as he has a new home. And if you haven't heard yet, perhaps not, we used the speculation machine yesterday on this show in a previous episode. And as a distant relative of Nostradamus and friend of Nostradamus, one of the teams that seemed likely to be interested in Baker Mayfield indeed has shot their shot. We learned that the LA Rams have snatched Baker Mayfield off the waiver wire. So he is headed to Los Angeles. He'll be at the game on Thursday night, a game 5 people are looking forward to watching, the Rams and Raiders. Wow. But Baker will supposedly be there. There's a chance he might even play. I don't believe that. They ought to play him. Why not? The team sucks. They actually have quarterbacks that practice, and they stink. So why don't you put a guy out there that's never practiced before? But the chatter had been that the 49ers were interested, but they were waiting for him to clear waivers, and turns out the Rams swept in, and they get Baker Mayfield as he is on his way to L.A. Now, there is buzz that there were other teams other than the 49ers interested, but the NFL making sure to get out that only the Rams put a waiver claim in. Of course, the Rams are one of the worst teams in the NFL this year, so once they put the claim in, there's only a couple of teams that have a worse record than the Rams, so they were going to get him because it's based on, it goes in reverse. The worst teams have the top opportunity to get the player. So let us discuss the question. Why? Why did the Rams claim Baker Mayfield? I've got shampoo, workshop, and Hanukkah, of all things. And we will tie that together, and we're going to make some matzo ball soup is what we're going to. Don't let Kanye know I put Hanukkah in this. He'll get upset. All right. So, there is a grand conspiracy theory going around. You might have heard it if you've been plugged in, but maybe not. And it's essentially that the Rams did this out of spite, that they are so jealous of the 49ers, the team they just beat in the NFC Championship game last year, that the Rams were putting a wall around Baker Mayfield to keep the Baker away from their NFC West blood rival, the 49ers. And while that is a great story, man, is that a good story. Oh, it's great. I don't buy it. I wish it was true. I don't believe that's the case. The reason the Rams, I'll be very clear here, the reason the Rams picked up Baker Mayfield is because they have a blank spot on their bingo card. It's at the quarterback position. The quarterbacks have been spitting in the wind under center. That's what they've been doing. They've got John Wolford and Bryce Perkins under center, and that's it. That's all. And as one of my old callers used to say, the guy's a bum. They're both bums. Each has been given an opportunity, and each has played like they should be selling insurance. That
the guy's a bum.
They can't be bothered to actually run the offense properly. So LA's offense, as a result, has gone back to the Stone Age, or even worse than that, the Jeff Fisher era of Ram football. And so with Matthew Stafford, his retirement a very real possibility going forward, He's going to walk away from the NFL. It makes perfect sense for the Rams to take a swing at the biscuit, Baker Mayfield, right? And you got to go to the flea market. And you're looking for hidden gems, and make no mistake, Baker Mayfield is a guy that needs shampoo. He needs that flea shampoo, the flea bath. He is covered in fleas, the slack-jawed quarterback who's bounced around the NFL now on his third team. And the reason that Baker Mayfield was available is because he sucked at a time you cannot suck, which is on Sunday afternoons when he was asked to play for the Carolina Panthers. He lost the confidence of the coaching staff. He lost the confidence of the fan base. He lost the locker room, and he lost a bunch of games. All of that is true. Total dingus. But that's what has happened. That doesn't guarantee it's going to continue to happen. All right, now, page 2. Can Sean McVay overhaul Baker Mayfield, who is, I think the term is ass backwards at this point under center. So it is a great experiment. And I'm excited about it. I was a little concerned. People were like, oh, you're going to be, there's no need to spin this. Baker Mayfield blows, and Baker Mayfield could be good. Both those things are true. It's an experiment. Sean McVay had a lot of pixie dust. He has no pixie dust right now. He went from hero to zero this season. Moving forward, there is a debate whether McVay is going to be a quitter and run to TV or try to go to another NFL job somewhere, that he's going to quit on the Rams. And maybe that will happen. And if it does, fine, he won a Super Bowl. Good luck. Rubbing elbows with someone else. Wish you the best. Go find another plum job. The Rams were not a plum job when he came here. He was boy wonder. They took a shot, worked out well, fine. But assuming that McVay's not a quitter and that he sticks around with the Rams, then this is a great opportunity for McVay with Baker Mayfield. He presents a mulligan, a redemption project, 1 foot out of the NFL for Baker Mayfield. But, I mean, we've seen this, right? It writes like a Disney movie, the comeback story. If Sean McVay can go into the sorcerer's workshop and find the right magic spell, he might have to contact Andrea, the sports sorceress. She might have to help him out. But if McVay can find the right spell that he lost and locate that spark of life for Baker Mayfield, then it's a win-win, right? Baker Mayfield has a career again. Sean McVay gets his mojo back, and it's something to build on going forward, again, assuming that Matthew Stafford quits and he leaves the NFL behind and all that. And from that standpoint, I like the move because there's really no other reason to watch the Rams. And I like the Rams. I'm a Ram fan, but there's no other reason to watch it. They're wicked bad. Mayfield stinks, but at least it's the unknown. Like, he hasn't sucked as a Ram. He sucked with the Browns. He was even worse with the Carolina Panthers. But with the Rams, he has not been that guy. Now, maybe he'll go out his first game and throw 4 interceptions, and he'll have Aaron Donald want to rip his neck off and all that. I mean, those things are eventually going to happen, but right now they haven't happened. Right?
The guy's a bum.
The Rams are a bad team, man, a bad effing team, but they don't have to tank games because they don't have any draft picks. It's one of the benefits of them picks, right? It's one of the great benefits. The Lions have their first-round pick, so the Rams can actually still try to win games. They don't have to worry about, we've got to stay in the top 5 and all that stuff. There's no need to tank because you're not going to be the beneficiary of the tanking. Hello? All right, last word. So what is the lifespan of Baker Mayfield in an LA Ram uniform? Is this just going to be a couple of games here and then that's it? So the way I look at it, Baker Mayfield, it's pretty obvious here he's getting a tryout. You don't need to be Adam Schefter or Jay Glazer to know what's going on. And so it's appropriate because many people say Baker's a dummy, and this is a dummy run. And I'm sure Baker will be hanging out on west of the 405 in L.A. with his buddy Colin Cowherd. They'll live together. But anyway, listen, Mayfield will get the chance to audition. Now, he's got the reputation of being a bad attitude guy and all that, but he's going to get a chance to audition in real games with live bullets, and this will give us a reason to mildly pay attention to the Rams the rest of the year. And for Mayfield, as of right now, going into this, it's a snack, not a meal. It's a snack, it's not a meal. But he's got to approach this. Think of it like if Baker Mayfield was an iPhone. Imagine, if you will, that iPhone was at 10% battery life, which is about where Baker Mayfield's career is, about 10%. And he has no charger, no way to charge the iPhone. It's busted. All right, it's busted, and he can't buy a new one. He has no charger. So how long is that going to last? Well, it's going to take a Hanukkah-like miracle, right? Because that phone's going to have to last, forget 8 days, it's going to have to last another 8 years is how long it's going to have to last, because he's only got sufficient power for like part of one day. That's it. And he's got to figure out a way to ride that out. Going to need that battery to magically last a long, 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 long time. But I'd much rather watch Baker Mayfield go out there and be the Duke of Puke than John Wolford and Bryce Perkins. And I gave them opportunities. And I wanted to poke my eyes out, is what I wanted to do, watching them attempt to play quarterback. It was bad to the bone. They were off on a pontoon boat out in the Pacific Ocean, and it was just floating away. It was pathetic.